Hey everyone. So excited you're tuning in. Tara Malarkey here, and I have the beautiful and amazing Shimmery Williams with me today. She is one of my beloved clients, and we're just going to chit chat a little bit about what it's been like for her working with me and what results she's gotten. I just want to share with everyone and more. We're here because we just want to inspire everyone to expand their vision on what's possible in living their purpose and their passion in a coaching and consulting business. So welcome, Shimmery.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Where are you today?
I am in downtown Brooklyn. So If you hear any noise, just understand that that's just how it is here sometimes.
That's right. New York City. Sometimes I miss those days, that buzz of just city, like amazing. And it's overwhelming as well, right? It's kind of like a love-hate thing, right? That you have too,
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, totally. Cool. So Shimmery is a health coach, and she specifically focuses on helping women overcome autoimmune disorders. And so really getting to the holistic root of the problem of autoimmune disease, which is huge right now, right? Like so many of us are struggling with this, even if we don't even know it. So tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, the numbers are a little scary in that it can take up to 5 years and 5 separate doctors to even get a diagnosis of an autoimmune disease, which means, in those 5 years, like I was, people are wondering like, what the hell is going on with me this way? Why am I picking up weight? Why do I not have energy? All these different things, trying to lose the weight and have more energy. And usually they're not getting the results that they really want. And I think in this country alone, upwards of people have some sort of autoimmune. So it's a lot. And that number is right single year.
Can you repeat those numbers? Because you went out there for a second, and I don't know if I just didn't hear you or like the broadcast maybe didn't hear you either.
Sure. So there's in the United States, there's 80 million people who are diagnosed with disease, and that number is rising every single year.
Yeah.
And then the other number is that it can take 5 years and 5 to get a diagnosis. So, women and suffering for 5 years trying to figure out what's going on with them, and we have no idea because the symptoms are just about anything. And so it's really frustrating.
Totally. Yeah. I mean, we won't go too far into what you're doing, but I'm so passionate about it as well because I struggled for a bit 2 years ago with like acne coming on just suddenly. And, I feel like I'm a pretty healthy person, and it took me over a year and a half, right? Like first, like kind of just focusing on the acne and thinking like, oh, it must be because I moved to a different location and there's environmental things that are causing my skin to not be happy. Took like me so long, and different dermatologists and even naturopaths and different doctors wanting to give me different herbs. Cause of course I was even going holistic route, but no one told me that it was probably things that I was eating. And that's what I found out ultimately. I know for everyone it's different, but ultimately for me, it was like I had developed an allergy to certain foods that I had been eating with no problem before. So like for me, I couldn't understand how that even happens just suddenly. And so then I started to do the research and realized, oh, like that can happen, and your body develops a resistance to it, and then starts attacking your immune system, and then you have like these outer manifestations of it. So I struggled that time so much, it was like not just like it was uncomfortable, but more like self-esteem wise, right? And so we know that acne is one of the symptoms of autoimmunity disorder, or your system not being happy in that way. But it can be like weight that you can't get off, and different things that you don't even realize can be that, right? You just think like you're just trying to like go on another diet because you think like this time. So it's so great what you're doing, and I love what you're up to.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
For sure.
it's so needed. It's so needed. And like those numbers clearly prove it, you know? So tell me, I guess, if we dive right into like, where were you? Well, why don't you tell me what motivated you to even book a call with me initially?
So it was strange because I saw your Facebook ad and I clicked on it just sort of on a whim, like not really knowing why I clicked on it, but I did. And at the time, it was the end of 2016. I was starting to lay out my goals for 2017, and I had all these wonderful things in the pipeline that I thought were going to change my business in 2017. And so I clicked on your ad and I watched our webinar training, and I started to realize, maybe my plan isn't really going to work. Maybe the numbers are not going to add up, and I don't know what I'm going to do, because I was leaving my corporate job at the end of December. And so I was like, holy shit, I need to like find something that's going to work. And so I watched her I watched her training, and it was like you were speaking to me, directly to me. Like you knew that I had tried doing like the cheap $200 detox programs, that I was doing one-on-one coaching, that I was in Facebook groups posting all the time and writing blogs and like trying to grow my email list and all of those things. And you were basically like, yeah, that's not going to get you the income that you want. And I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And so I really like had no choice but to book a call with you. I'm like, well, I've got to figure out what she knows that I don't know, so that I can make the money that I need to make. So that's what did it.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. Thank you. And that's essentially, it's such a great point, because clearly my webinar worked for you, and which is my motivation, of course. And it's of course, from a business perspective, of course, right? But it's more like, how can I motivate someone to not just take this information on this webinar and ride off into the sunset and think, oh, I can just do this on my own, I'm going to accomplish it on my own? Because none of us need more information, right? Like, we're informationed out. We have so many downloads and PDFs and webinars and free trainings that we can be watching. And I'm not saying that people shouldn't watch them, but we all need to take the next step. And so I'm really interested in doing it for myself. But then what I teach all of you guys is to create a really powerful video marketing webinar, if you will, training, and have it really inspire someone to take the next step. Absolutely.
Yeah, I knew that I could waste time and sort of try to figure it out on my own, but that's never really been my style. I've always been the kind of like, if somebody knows and is doing what I want to do and they're willing to teach me, I'm going that route. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me to like try to do it on my own simply to save a couple dollars. Like, it's not worth it in the long run to me.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely smarter, but not everyone has had that mentality. And I'll just fully admit that I haven't always had that mentality. But as I've increased, my own kind of consciousness about success and just like, what's possible, then you very quickly get on board with like, if someone knows something and it's working, I might as well just get the system that's proven that works like quicker, rather than here and try to figure this out and maybe or maybe not figure it out. Like, why?
Right.
It's not
right. Absolutely. Yeah, all I can think of.
Yeah. So would you say also, I mean, of course, so you learned the system, but it's also about the accountability. So tell me a little bit about what happened when you first started, and like what happened in the 8 weeks initially that we started working together. What kind of results did you start to see?
So it was really funny. So I've worked with other coaches before, business coaches, and they were great. But there was definitely something different that you brought to the table that I hadn't had before. And I think part of it was that I was just ready for it at that point that we started working together. Mm-hmm. So I would say the two biggest shifts were, I actually understood how to run a business, a coaching business, from like a well-grounded, well thought out strategy. And so I felt confident, like, yes, this is it. I can do this. It's simple. It makes perfect sense. And so that part was just like, awesome. Let's go. Let's do it. I mean, the first day I got the training, I got access to your training. I like plowed through the first 3 trainings that night because I was like, oh, this is awesome. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. So that was perfect. And the other thing that I got from working with you was a little less tangible, but definitely more impactful because it was all about my mindset and really working on my energy and my vibration and all of that inner stuff that totally directly impacts the results you get in your business and in your life. And that was a part that I didn't expect, but on some level I was obviously ready for. And I think it's the part that makes me super happy right now.
So good. I love that.
Yeah.
It's a really great point as well. One of my biggest teachings is to sell someone what they think they need, but sell someone what they want, but give them what they need. And so, of course, what I love about my work is that I actually teach you a system to make your business simpler, but more profitable, which is huge. But along the way, I'm really fierce on, how do we get to the next level in our lives? And a lot of times if we haven't manifested already, it's because our consciousness is not there yet. So really calling my clients out, when their mind is in contrast to what they want to achieve, right?
Absolutely. I mean, there have been a couple of times when I have felt like, kind of annoyed with you or, like a little unhappy because you were calling me out. But literally within minutes when I sat and thought about it, I'm like, she's absolutely right. Like, you're just right. And
Wow.
Today, for example, I went to go raise the ad spend on one of my Facebook ads. And before, the idea of like going over a certain dollar amount per day would have totally been like, no, we can't do that. But
Right.
Today it was like, oh, absolutely. Like, I can't wait to raise it to like $100 a day.
Right.
And it's been a complete 180 transition in that respect for me.
Yeah.
Like, I know the right way.
So good. Okay, so tell me like some tangible stuff that you've shifted in your business and that has changed.
So I'm no longer stressing out and freaking out about writing a brand new blog post every day or, running free programs that, I used to do like these free challenges. And so I was like creating all this marketing material and, writing Facebook ads to have a free challenge where I would be spending a ton of time and money to like create the materials and run the ads. And then there was no return on investment.
Right.
So that's over, which is great. And now I just kind of get to do what I want to do when I want to do it. So I enjoy being able to focus on like the core parts of my business, which is the Facebook ads and the training and all of that. And then when I have time to or want to, do something on the side, I'm totally free and open and able to do that from a happier, more calm and peaceful way instead of a desperate, like, this has got to work kind of energy. So yeah, it's just, I'm way less stressed and way less overwhelmed.
Yeah, you're a completely different person than when we started working together, if I do say so myself. So I'm so excited for that. Tell me what you were charging before for a client and what you're charging now.
So it kind of depended on who the person was, where I was in my head.
Right.
So my price ranged from $500, for a 3-month coaching one-on-one commitment where we were meeting once a week for an hour, to like $750 for 3 months where we're meeting 12 times and then I'm sending you in stuff in the meantime. And I always knew that I should be charging more because what I did worked. and it had such great value. I just was scared to charge more.
Because?
The fear that if I charged more, people wouldn't pay for it.
Yeah.
It was my own limiting beliefs about my own value and the value that they would receive from working with me.
Right. So what's changed?
I've realized the value of what I do. And I mean, I've had the testimonials. Like, I've had clients who tell me like, oh my God, this has shifted and I feel so much better and I've gotten these results. So I had the evidence. I just didn't fully believe it. And so I've learned, you've helped me learn to believe in the value of what I do. And so now I can charge a lot. I can charge a lot more for that.
What do you think else has changed that has increased your confidence in charging that much when you say that's how much you charge to a client? Like, because it's not just about then saying it at the end of the day, right? It's like all this stuff that we create along the way that makes you go like, I have this whole way of bringing in my ideal person. They know that I am the person that can help them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. I think it was the whole system that we set up, the webinar training, that I have a program that's running on autopilot where I don't have to like do so much stuff. And so all of it just gave me more confidence, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is huge really in starting to charge that. I know for me personally, when I went from charging like hourly rates to high ticket, I mean, it was almost like I needed the permission of the coach to tell me like, yeah, sure.
Right.
If that's what you want to charge, like, I mean, it should be like that, 3, 4, or 5,000 per, per program, and really getting out of the mindset that you're selling your time per hour, and that, that even you're selling a program, right? Because people aren't buying any of that stuff. They actually are really just buying change because they're unhappy with the way that things are right now in their life. So that change was like, oh, and then it's really a frequency, a vibrational frequency of you believing it so much and aligning with it and knowing that that's what it is, that then you're able, all of a sudden people start coming in and they're attracted and they're like aligned with that as well.
Yes, absolutely. Once I realized that all of the marketing that I had been doing before was focusing on, hey, I have this wonderful solution and you should just try it out because I'm awesome and you'll be great. And I realized like that doesn't work and that I needed to flip the way that I presented myself. It was like, right, this is how it works. Right. And I had also been sort of caught up in comparing myself to other people.
Right.
So to other coaches who are making, who are charging more money. I kind of felt like, oh, I can't do that. They can do that because they're so-and-so and so-and-so. And they've been doing this for X amount of years and I can't do that. And then starting to work with you, I was like, wait a minute, well, why not? Yeah. It was just like, why not? I literally asked myself like, well, why can't I?
Right.
Who says I can't? I'm the only one saying that I can.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And then I just decided that I am. That I am.
Totally, exactly. And that's really what it is. And what so much of my teaching is like the way you decide the way your business is going to go, it is your decision. It's a choice. It's really not coming from outside of you, someone else giving you the confidence, someone else telling you you're awesome, someone else telling you can charge high tickets, someone else sometimes that helps our confidence, like I just said, or our ability to be confident and courageous to charge high ticket, but nothing. It's really at the end of the day, your choice. And a coach coming alongside you really just helps you go, okay, yeah, remind me that it's a choice. Like every day I get to choose to be empowered in this and decide that I'm going to make $10,000 a month, or I'm going to choose to be like, I don't know, is it going to work, and continue to not be sure. It's just a choice.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome. So I guess finally, because I feel like I could talk to you like forever, all day long, but you recently came to one of my mastermind events. And so I just love you to share what was it like to be together, I guess, for 3 days and do what we did while you came out to Boulder?
It was awesome. I have done some different workshops and intensives where, it's a group of people and they're all coaches and they're all working together. I felt like this was personalized. It was concise. So it didn't try to cover everything, but it covered the super critical, important points.
Mm-hmm.
And you were fierce in your teaching with us. I love that we went over how to do a strategy call and did some role playing and really like hands-on, not theoretical, not like, airy fairy stuff, but like really meat and potatoes, how to get your business up and get it running, and start making the money you want. So I walked away like, I can totally do this.
Yeah, awesome. That's awesome. And on the fierce point, I'd say, I often tell people, and because you guys have reflected this back at me, which is if you want me to stroke your hair, I don't do it. It's just not my role. Like, I'm really here to get you results and get you to the next level and get you where you want to go. And I will point out what's holding you back. And I will point out the way that you are not acting in your highest self from your highest self. I will point out, the ways you're playing fucking small. It's not interesting to me. And I'm just here to make women rise and make a lot of money when they do it. So yeah, and it's really important for me to say that sometimes because it's like, look, I'm clear on who I work with. I'm clear on the people who can go on this journey with me. And if you want me to be like, oh, you're so awesome for 8 weeks, then, I'll do that too, right? I do that too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, I want to make sure people understand, like, you're not mean, you're not, you're not snarky or, condescending or any of that. You're just direct and you're honest.
Fiercely loving. It's fiercely loving. It's just all love. But yeah, I just don't think I've had, of course I've had different experiences with different coaches and I've always gotten the best results with someone who's just honest with me. And let's just like separate it from business. I just want people in my life who are honest, fiercely honest with me, period. I'm not interested in someone telling me what I want to hear because I like to grow and I want to change and I want to move up quickly and do what I need to do to get to the next level. So if I feel at any point that someone's like just stroking my hair, I like to call it, then I'm not interested anymore. It's like those of us who are seekers and we are like go-getters, I just want someone in my corner that's going to be like, listen, this is what you need to look at right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so with love, and you can feel that it's totally coming from a loving place, not like a judgment place, but here's your blind spot. Here's where you might not see this, but this is what I see.
Yeah. I like to say, like I've told a couple of friends of mine that you are a coach's coach. You do exactly what a coach is supposed to do. Like, hold us accountable. You're supportive, like super supportive. But you definitely like hold up the mirror and say, this is where you're playing small. And I need you to like get over that shit quick and get it moving. And it's awesome. Like, I don't think I would ever trade it for anything else. Ever.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shimmery is now in my mastermind group and it's just like, I have tears a lot, when I have these now, this is just these manifestations that I've prayed for, which are, beautiful mirrors back to me of just having these soul sisters around me that I'm able to really pour into the experiences and training that I've had and help someone else grow. It's like my dream, and we get to hang out and go to beautiful places and, meet on video conferences every week and rise up together and live the kind of lifestyle we want to live and make a huge impact. So like what's cool for me is, another thing that's cool for me, but like I mentioned at the beginning, I love what you do. And I'm not doing what you do, right? But I'm interested in doing what you do. I'm interested in not work in the world, being in the world. So it's like the ripple effect of what I do out to all of you in all the areas that you guys are making an impact is just huge for me. So
right. I totally agree. Totally agree. And the other girls in the group are awesome.
They're all awesome. I mean, we're all like such good friends now, and yeah, right. We like, you know, and especially when we spend the days together at the events, we really get to know each other and our partners and our families and different things that are going on. And we have our little Facebook group and we support each other. And, you know, someone's going for, you know, having a call and they want to land this client, and there's all this juju around it rather than, you know, just trying to do it on your own. So I think it's priceless, really.
Absolutely. Like, there was no doubt that I was going to do Mastermind. No doubt. Yeah.
Well, I'm so glad. So glad you did. Okay. Well, thank you. And I will let you go. I know you have a big, you know, day and things to accomplish. And I'm so excited you were able to take this time to do this little interview. And it's fun. So much fun.
Yeah.
To do another few months and give everyone an update on what's happened in your business, because I'm so excited to create.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.